Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Bestowal Talks, the podcast where we break down complex enterprise technology, simplify digital transformation, and share real-world stories from SAP, supply chain, IT, and workflow automation.
If you're a business leader, planner, consultant, or just someone curious about how modern systems actually work behind the scenes, you're in the right place. Every week, we dive deep into practical topics, from SAP IBP and demand forecasting to system workflows, integrations, and real success stories from the field.
And today's episode is a special one because we're unpacking something that confuses almost every IBP project team at some point: how SAP CIDS actually works, how it fits into the IBP integration landscape, and the exact step-by-step process from requirements, mapping, development, testing, scheduling.
We'll walk you through the entire workflow using a real conversation between a business planner and a CIDS consultant, so you get clarity, context, and practical insights that you can actually use in your project.
So, grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive into the world of SAP CIDS, explained in the Bestowal way: simple, structured, and full of real-life examples.
All right, let's jump straight in. To make today's topic relatable, we're framing it exactly like it happens in real SAP projects. A business planner trying to understand CIDS and a consultant breaking it down step by step.
Let's start right at that moment. The planner needs clarity, the consultant steps in, and the entire CIDS journey unfolds.
I wanted to have a detailed session today because we are starting the new IBP integration cycle, and I need some clarity on how CIDS fits into the overall landscape. I know the basics, but the actual workflow, from gathering business specs to running the job, still feels a bit unclear.
Absolutely. Happy to walk you through it. Let's take it step by step. Before I begin, can you share what you already know about CIDS? That helps me tailor the explanations properly.
Sure, I know CIDS is used for data integration between S/4HANA or ECC and IBP, but I'm not clear whether it is an ETL tool, an interface tool, or something else. Also, I'm unsure about how the process works end-to-end. I assumed it's like an interface tool that extracts data and pushes it into IBP, maybe directly into planning areas. But beyond that, I don't know much, especially how the data flow is structured or what documents we need before development.
Great starting point. CIDS is primarily an ETL and data orchestration tool hosted on SAP BTP. It extracts data from source systems, transforms it, cleanses it if needed, and loads it into SAP IBP via the IBP staging tables. First clarification: CIDS doesn't load anything directly into planning areas. It loads data into the IBP staging tables in the HANA schema. Then IBP itself uses the master data load operator, import key figures operator, or a scheduled application job to pull the data from staging tables into the IBP model. So the flow is like from CIDS to staging table and then to IBP.
That explains some confusion. I'd always wondered why we have staging tables like MD location, MD product, etc. So CIDS loads there and IBP picks it up.
Exactly. CIDS is essentially an ETL tool: extract, transform, load. Except instead of loading into a warehouse, it loads into IBP staging. Let me give you a quick conceptual difference. CPI integrates application to application, APIs, OData, events. CIDS integrates data to data, table or file-based batch processing.
So it's similar to SAP DS data services on-premise?
Similar, but not identical. Let me explain. CIDS is cloud-based, lightweight, and designed for IBP integration. SAP Data Services is on-premise and much broader. CIDS focuses on 1. Connectivity to cloud and on-prem systems, 2. Scheduling, 3. Delta logic, 4. Transformations, 5. Reusable data flows. Does that help clarify?
Understood. So CIDS is best for batch loads, daily loads, master data, transactional data like stock, planned orders, etc., right?
Exactly right. You've got it.
Perfect. Now, can we walk through the end-to-end procedure from understanding business requirements to executing the job?
Of course. Let's break it into phases. Let's expand this further. CIDS offers 1. Connectivity, SAP ECC or S/4HANA using RFC. Database connections like HANA, SQL, flat files, CSV, XLSX, BIPIs, OData services, some REST or SOAP support. Transformations. CIDS can handle complex logic such as field mappings, joins across multiple source tables, lookups, example product hierarchy, conversions, date formats, number formats, validations, reject invalid rows, delta logic, load-only changes. 3. Scheduling. We can schedule hourly, daily, weekly, event-based, or manual triggers. 4. Orchestration. We combine multiple tasks into workflows, execution jobs, process chains, if multiple dependencies exist.
Sounds powerful. I always thought transformations had to be done in S4 before sending to IBP. Good to know CIDS can handle them.
Yes, and that reduces the dependency on ABAP teams. I'll walk you through each step with real examples. The integration process always starts with business requirements. In this phase, we gather 1. What objects need to be integrated? Examples: Product Master, Location Master, BOM, Resources, Production Data, Stock, Forecast, Orders. What is the purpose of the data? Planners need clarity. Do you use Location Master for supply planning? Do you need product attributes for segmentation? 3. What is the source system? Possible options: ECC, S/4HANA, BW, flat files, third-party systems. 4. Frequency of load, master data, daily, stock, hourly, planned orders, every 2 hours, promotions, weekly. Any transformations? For example, region equal to plant plus business unit, fiscal year format conversion, time zone adjustments, filter out discontinued products.
Sometimes business rules aren't fully defined initially. What happens then?
Great question, and a real challenge. If a rule is unclear, we implement it as a parameterized field in CIDS, so it can be changed without changing the whole data flow. For example, instead of hard-coding APAC plants only, we use a parameter plant region, just APAC. Once requirements are stable, we create the most important document, Functional to Technical Mapping, FTM. This includes source fields, target staging table fields, data type compatibility, mandatory fields, lookup tables, default values, error handling logic, delta strategy, transformation formulas.
Do you create the FTM or the functional team?
It's a collaboration. Business team defines what is needed. CIDS team defines how to map it technically. Inside CIDS tenant, we create a project, data stores, connections. 1. RFC connection to ECC or S4. 2. OData connection to IBP schema. Formats for CSV or XLS files. Data flows, workflows, execution jobs.
Is each table one data flow?
Yes. For example, Location Master, DF Location, Product Master, DF Product, Stock, DF Stock. This helps isolate issues and simplifies maintenance. A data flow normally contains 1. Source table. 2. Query transform, mapping, logic. 3. Lookup transform, hierarchy, UOM, etc. 4. Validation, filters. 5. Target staging table.
Can CIDS join multiple SAP tables inside a data flow?
Absolutely. For Product Master, we often join MARA, MARC, MVKE, Custom Table, ZProgear, then map them to the IBP Product Staging Table.
Do we need to create separate data flows for master data and key figures?
Yes, master data and key figures have different staging structures and load methods. One data flow equal to one staging table generally. Testing is crucial. We perform 1. Unit testing. Does the data flow load correct data? Are row counts accurate? 2. Integration testing. Can IBP import the staging data without inconsistencies? Are there duplicate records? Are mandatory fields populated? 3. UAT. Business validates the end results in IBP Planning View. Planners check the data in master data workbooks, planning views, analytics, supply planning operator results. Here, we often discover missing mappings or formatting issues like date fields.
Yes, dates always cause trouble. MBE date in S4 doesn't match IBP date format. Does CIDS handle conversions?
Absolutely. CIDS has built-in functions like to date, to kjar, subster, case, when we can fix formats inside the query transform.
What if IBP rejects certain rows?
1. Then we identify the reason for rejection. 2. Check application logs or staging table logs for the exact error. 3. Review the staging table after the CIDS load. 4. Fix the root cause based on error type. Common errors. Invalid date format. Attribute XYZ is mandatory. Value does not exist in master data. List of attributes does not match root-level attributes. Key figure cannot be loaded due to period mismatch. Invalid UUID. Number conversion error. Once tested, promote job to production tenant, set schedules, configure email notifications, monitor jobs in CIDS dashboard. For example, stock loads run every hour. Master data loads run daily.
Who monitors failures? Functional or technical team?
Both. CIDS team monitors job failures. Business team validates data accuracy in IBP.
Can CIDS do real-time integration?
No. CIDS is strictly batch. For real-time use CPI or direct API calls.
How to trigger CIDS jobs from SAP IBP?
There are two main options to trigger CIDS jobs. Option 1, using the SAP IBP application jobs, most common. Using SAP IBP application jobs, you can schedule an application job, monitor job status, add dependencies. Option 2, using inbuilt CIDS job schedule, summarizing the key advantages. 1. Cloud-based, no infrastructure needed. 2. Handles complex transformations. 3. Works with multiple source systems. 4. Secure connection to IBP staging. 5. Parameterization reduces rework. 6. Delta logic improves performance. 7. Modular data flows simplify maintenance. 8. Scheduling and notifications. 9. Less dependency on ABAP. 10. Designed specifically for IBP.
This is extremely detailed and helpful. I now understand. CIDS is an ETL tool. It loads into staging, not planning areas. It requires functional technical mapping, business rules, and mappings. There's a structured process to follow. Testing is critical. Scheduling and monitoring aren't automatic, not suitable for real time.
Exactly. Now that you understand the flow, our next step is to start drafting the functional requirements for each master and transactional object. Once that's ready, we can begin building the functional technical mapping.
Thanks for clarifying. This discussion really gave me the full picture.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode. We hope this deep dive into CIDS gave you the clarity you were looking for. From understanding what CIDS truly is, to how the integration flow works, and the exact end-to-end process every project should follow.
Whether you're a planner, consultant, architect, or business owner, CIDS plays a massive role in IBP success, and getting this foundation right saves months of rework later. If you found this episode helpful, do make sure to subscribe to Bestowal Talks for more conversations like this.
And if your organization needs help implementing CIDS integrations, building custom workflows, or enhancing your SAP IBP processes, our consultants at Bestowal are here to help you. You can reach out anytime, and we'll be happy to guide you.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in the next episode of Bestowal Talks, where technology meets clarity.